remind me what is volume? Who can remind me what is volume? It's been a few days, right? Since last Tuesday we talked about volume. Emma, what is volume?
Volume is how much something takes in a shape.
Okay. Okay, anyone can add to that? Jonathan, what were you going to say? What were you going to add to that? Okay, so volume is the amount of what? Space an object takes up, or the amount we can fill an object with, right? So if we're measuring how much a pop bottle will contain in volume, okay? Or if we're measuring how much space a building takes up, okay? All right, so does everybody remember that? Okay, I want you to tell your partner what is volume really quickly. Okay. So as you saw today's I can statement is I can find the volume of a rectangular prism using multiplication. Used a little bit of multiplication on Tuesday, if you can remember. We looked at layers, right? We took our rectangular prism and we looked at how many were on the bottom of cubes or the unit cubes, how many were on the bottom, and then we multiplied that by how many layers there were. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
So this one, for example, would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3 times 3 layers. It would be 18 cubic unit cubes because we don't have a measurement there, okay? So now we're just going to use today all multiplication. We're not going to count, we are going to count the layers, but we're not going to count the bottom individual cubes, okay? So can anyone look at this right here and see if you can come up with, look at these two. Here, I'll need to do this. Look at these two things, examples, and see, and there's some things here, see if you and your partner can come up with a formula of how we would find volume. Think of a formula how we would find volume. Okay. Ariel, could you see those down there and see what the formula might be for volume? Would you like Blake to help you out?
I can help.
Okay, Blake. No, just tell us.
Length multiplied by width multiplied by height is the formula to find area.
Not area.
I meant volume.
Volume. What's the formula for area?
Area is length times width.
Okay. Length times width is area, but we're making this three-dimensional. Remember, area is only two-dimensional. This is a three-dimensional object, isn't it? It takes up space.
Since it has a height, you know it's three-dimensional.
Okay. So, look at this cube. Here's 1. The length is 1. So everybody fill that in. The width is 1. And the height is 1. So what would you say this volume? What's 1 times 1? Times 1. 1 centimeters, cubic centimeters, or 1 cubic centimeters, centimeters cubed. I don't even remember how they call it. However you want to, cubic centimeters, I think they use here. Cubic centimeters. Cubic cm. Okay? All right, so we can say that if we're finding volume, when I snap, we're going to say this formula. Ready? Everybody look at it. Get it in your mind what we're going to say. Look right here. Up here. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's ready. I'm going to snap and you're going to say it. Ready? length times width times height. Okay, that's going to be your friend for the next little while. Let's figure that out then if we're doing length times width times height. Stand up when you can tell me the length of this. The length of this. Stand up when you can tell me the length. We don't have any named units, so we're just going to call it units, okay? Stand up when you can call the length. Now I want you to see if your partner's not standing up and you're standing up, would you help your partner out? Gabe, can you help Angel out, please? Jonathan, can you help Melanie out? Got it? Okay, let's count the length. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So it'll be 3 units. Okay, put your hand on, don't sit down yet. You stay standing. Okay, put your hand on your head when you can tell me the width. Ooh, I see everybody this time. Ariel, what's my width? Let's count it. Ready? 1, 2. Okay, 2 units. Okay, put your finger on your nose when you can tell me the height. Nora? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we don't have our volume yet, do we? Let's multiply it. Ready? Wait, oh, we're going to do this together. 3 times 2 is?
6.
Times 3 is? 18 units cubed. Remember, the 3 means cubed. We do not have a named unit, so we just call it units. Okay, let's go down here. Josie built a tower out of blocks in the shape of a rectangular prism. Each block is 1 cubic inch. What is the volume of Josie's tower? Okay, very first off, do we have a named unit here of measure? With your partner, read this that I just read to you, and when you find out what the named unit is, give me a high five. What's the named unit? Sit down and make sure you and your partner both know it. What's our named unit of measure? Calvin, what's our named unit of measure? Inches. Inches. We're going to use the cubic inches. Okay? Everybody see that we have a named unit of measure this time. So we don't need to call it a unit. We'll call it okay. So when I'm just finding the length, is it a cubic inch? No, because remember, it's just a line. It's just an inch. When I'm finding the width, is it a cubic inch? Nope, it's just a line of a width measurement. It's just an inch. When I'm finding the height, is it a cubic? No, it's just an inch. When I multiply all 3 together and find the volume of it, is that a cubic inch then? Yes. So when do we use the measurement or the label cubic inches? When we're naming the what? Okay, ready? I'm going to snap. When we're naming the, when we're naming the, when we're naming the, when I call it cubic inches when I'm naming the volume. Ready? I call it, so if I was finding how much space this takes up, I'm finding the volume. Okay, if I'm finding how much cubes I can put inside of this, I'm finding the volume. Okay, when I measure length times width times height, I'm finding the volume. When I label in cubic inches, I'm finding the volume. Okay. All right, let's try this out. We need to find right here. We write it in cubic inches or inches to the 3rd power, I to the 3rd power for short. All right, let's find the length. Usually the length is the longest side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how am I going to label that? 5 what? 5 what? What's my unit of measure? Ready? Oh, what's my unit of measure? Ready? What is my unit of measure? Oh, I'm measuring the length, and what unit of measure am I using to name that length? Have I found volume yet? What unit of measure am I calling how long my length is? How long is my length? Ready? Inches. I'm measuring in inches right here. Did it tell me I was read? When I name it, I need to do cubic inches. And if I take that apart, everything needs to be measured in what? Inches. My length needs to be how long it is in inches. My width needs to be how wide it is in inches. And my height needs to be how tall it is in inches. Okay? So I have 5 inches times what's my width? 1, 2, 3 what? 3 inches. There we go. What's my height? 1, 2, and my unit of measure is? Oh, my unit of measure is? So when I measured the height and just saw how tall it is, I said it was 2. Okay. Now we're going to multiply. Ready? 5 times 3 is?
15.
15 times 2? 30. Let's do it backwards and see if we can come up with it easier. Ready? 2 times 3, can I do it backwards?
Yes.
Because of what property? Commutative property. Ready? 2 times 3 is? 6. Times 5 is? 30. And because I'm measuring volume, now how do I label this? Ready?
Cubic inches.
Thank you. So let's just do it for short. Can everybody do that? Or you can just call it cubic inches right here. If you want to write that out. You can call it cubic IN. Two fingers in the air when you're ready for the next one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Example 2. Mikkel built a flower box shown below. Or Michael. Is that Mikkel or Michael? Michael's. It's Mikkel because there's no C there. Okay, Mikkel built a flower box shown below. What is the volume of Mikkel's flower box? So we're going to see what the volume is. Okay, so tell your partner what my formula is. Ready, go. Guys, get turn and talk to them. Okay, Abby, what is my formula for volume? Length times, good, times, what? Height, good, equals volume. Okay, length times width times height. Okay, do we know just don't say anything. Do we know my unit of measure up here? No. Do we know my unit of measure? Oh, don't say anything, please. Okay, when I'm measuring these and finding the length and the width and the height, my unit of measure is going to be?
Feet.
My unit of measure is going to be?
Feet.
And how do I know that, Colton?
Because
how do I know it's going to be feet?
It has feet on the model.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the model here, and it's 12 FT. FT period means feet. Okay, good. So let's label that such, okay? My length is usually my longest one, so the longest one is going to be 12. My length is 12 feet times my width, Angel, is what? 2 what? 2 feet, good. And my height is what, Hagen?
1.
Look at your model again.
2.
The height, good. 2 feet. Okay. And we're going to put our answer down here because I'm running out of room. All right, I think I'm going to do these together. 2 times 2 is?
4.
Times 12? Times 12? 4 times 12?
48.
48. And then when I snap, I want you to tell me how I'm going to label this. Ready?
48. 48.
Okay, ready? Get it in your mind. I know you know this. We're measuring by feet and we're labeling the volume. Ready? 48.
Cubic feet.
48
Cubic
cubic feet. Okay? Okay, so we're gonna label it like this. Right? Okay. Cubic feet.
Wait, what happens if your foot was a cube?
All right. Now I want you to go on and work in your partner practice. And remember, look back at those formulas. The formulas are, class, tell me again. Ready? Go.
Length times width times height equals volume.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and work with your partner on the independent practice, and then we'll check that in about 5 minutes.
Where's
Okay?
our partner on the independent practice?
Not the independent partner practice. Sorry. Work with your partner on the partner practice.
In the partner practice?
Okay. And then I'm gonna do your thing and pause this video. And then once you've done it, here's the video unpaused. And this is your answer. This is your answer right here for partner practice. And right here for partner practice. And right number 5. And number 6. And then go ahead and do what's assigned to you for independent work.